Hey there, everybody. Welcome to Let's Talk About It with Yogi Hamm. I'm Yogi Hamm. This is my garage. Y'all ever been to Brunzington? You know that cliff? That rocky part of the beach that's like a big old long, like 5 mile stretch where it's all just boulders and crap and there ain't no beach. You know what I'm talking about? And they built that retaining wall right before you get to them rocks, and they put that walkway on it. And y'all remember that? You know what I'm talking about? Where you can walk on that and look over and watch them waves pound the shit out of them boulders. Look how stretched out that neck is. What the hell? Well, it is damp out here. I guess it's humid, boy. It's hotter than a biscuit tray, boy. It is hot in here. But something happened this morning that reminded me when I had to go to Brunzington. I work and we got this big glass stairway coming down. You can take the one that has landings and you can go down, or you can take the big one that's just straight down. I about fell. I was up close to the damn top of that. I about fell. And I caught myself at the last second, and I look around like it, see if anybody's seen that, because I was going to try to just keep walking, but I saw a bunch of people looking at me like this. We all thought I was a goner, because there ain't nothing, just them big glass panels that run down the side just keep funneling you down. I caught myself though, but that reminded me about 10 years ago, I was 52, so yeah, 10 years ago, I went down there. I had an old school buddy. He sat next to me in art class, and he was like, "Hey, can you help me do something?" I was like, "Hell yeah, boy. What we gotta do?" He said, "Just help me load something on the truck, take it over to Brunzington." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, I'll do that." Because I've been wanting to go up there and see that walkway they put up. Because, it's just, they got that wall built, and then the walkway's on top of that. And then it's got railings and stuff, black metal railings. And so I want to see that. I hadn't seen it since they put that in. And so I was like, yeah. So we loaded up that truck. We took off down there. And when we got there, we took it, dropped that off. He talked that fella, got his money, and then we went over to the that walkway. And it follows the lay of the land. So every now and then there's different sections of steps. And then there's one spot right about midway, there's a big section of steps. So we went up there, we parked and then just got on the walkway and went on down. And I was way too close right then. I apologize for you hadn't seen that up close. But so we walked all the way up there. We got to that big step section. It was going up, way up there. And I was like, I don't know, dude. We really want to go up there? I mean, it's probably just more of the same. And he said, well, let's go on up. What the heck? And I was like, all right. So we went up there and we went on down, way down farther. And then we coming back. And we got to that big step section. And we started down, and he was a couple steps behind me, and I turned to look at him like this. And I said, boy, I'm glad it's going down this time. And I turned that ankle, boy. Whoosh boom, whoosh boom. I was just tumbling like that. And you'd think as much poles and crap there are in that metal handrail, you'd have thought at some point during that fall I'd have get hung up in that handrail somehow. My leg go through there and catch me. Break a leg and a hip and a pelvis, spine, scapula. But I fell. Woo, I just fell, and I just kept falling, and I kept trying to put a foot out. I kept trying to reach up and grab the railing as I was going by and just fell. Oh, my God. I hit the bottom. I was black. Like about 18 hours later, I was black and blue and purple, and then there was some green spots, dark green areas. But they all come running. People come running out of nowhere. There was a bunch of people come. They got me up, and they kind of picked me up. Like one guy got one guy around his shoulders, and he grabbed my leg and lifted me up, and they carried me down there. And they sat, when we got to the end, they sat me on this old age concrete bench. It's real ornate. I mean, it's just concrete mold, but it looked like it should be sitting on a patio of some damn haunted mansion. And it had that green stuff on it. Some of it was moss, but then some of it was that, what's that called? Lichen? I don't know. You know, it's that green shit like moss, but it ain't moss. But I remember sitting on that while they was calling the ambulance. And then I look over like this, and right over there, there's an old age graveyard, and I mean old age, like 1850s, that kind of, and all them headstones is like leaning a different direction. They got that moss on them. They got that lichen, that green crap that ain't moss. I don't know. But I'm looking at that and I'm going, dang. They hadn't been kept up. There's tall grass and weeds in there. And then, so I turned back and it's still over there like that. And I'm sitting there and all of a sudden out of the corner of my eye I see movement. And I'm like, something's moving in the graveyard. And that kind of scared me. And I got like, oh, like that. And I look and it's a goat. And it's just wandering through, pushing his way through the tall weeds, you know, like that. And all of a sudden he sees me and we lock eyes and I'm like, is that real? Because my head hit the poles, hit the railing, hit the concrete, hit my knee a couple times, elbow. I could have had one of them percussions. So I started thinking, I ain't seeing that goat. But then the other part of my mind's like, maybe it lives there because it's a fence, even though it's all rusted and dilapidated, torn up and everything, messed up. But it's still closed. It was so part of my brain was like, maybe they put that goat in there to eat back the grass. So maybe there is a goat. And all of a sudden that goat went, hey. And I was like, okay, I got a percussion that he ain't real. So let's just have some fun with it. So I looked back, I said, hey. So he said, you that guy that fell down them stairs? I said, yeah. Yeah. He said, you gotta be careful, man. I said, I know. I said, all right. I figured I had enough fun with that. And I was like, okay. I'm just going to sit and wait for the ambulance. And he's like, all right, take care of yourself. I said, you too. And then I looked down to see if anybody else was around, could see that. And when I looked back, he's gone. I don't know. I don't know if that's real or not. Even if he was real, the talking part probably wasn't. I wouldn't think so. Unless it's like a damn demon goat. Oh, it better not have been. I can't have that. Nope, don't even think about that. Puppies. I'm thinking about puppies now. Is what I'm thinking about. Puppies. All right. Here we go. The song I want you to go hear is Escalator of Life. That's from the early 80s when New Wave was coming in. I think it's Robert Hazard. You can put in just like Escalator of Life and then put in Hazard. But I think it's Robert Hazard. I don't remember. I should probably look. But I pulled that one out of the air. I wasn't prepared. I didn't even have a song. I just launched in. Let's do it. You all prepared? No. No. Like ever. All right. Go listen to that song. Escalator of Life. We're shopping in the human mall. Bye.